Good afternoon, and welcome back to Financial Booklet. I'm your host, and here is your complete financial market update for Monday, December 29th, 2025. As we head into the final trading days of the year, today's session was packed with a diverse range of headlines. We saw everything from macroeconomic policy and precious metals to major developments in the energy sector and digital assets. We're also tracking breaking news on international infrastructure projects and the unstoppable integration of artificial intelligence across consumer industries. It's a lot to cover, so let's dive right into the details. We'll start with the broader economic landscape. The Federal Reserve was the main event for market participants today, with all eyes on Treasury yields and the latest inflation data. Conversations around the Consumer Price Index, the CPI, were happening everywhere as analysts and investors alike pored over the newest economic indicators, trying to get a read on the Fed's next move. It's that classic end-of-year dance between data and policy expectations, and today was no exception. Tied directly to these monetary policy discussions was the commodities market. It was a busy day for precious metals, and silver, in particular, saw a noticeable uptick in activity. This movement in commodities isn't happening in a vacuum. It's a direct reaction as the market continues to weigh the intricate relationship between federal policy decisions, persistent inflation rates, and the appeal of holding tangible assets. It seems investors are looking for safe havens as they navigate the uncertainty, and metals are catching their attention. Now, let's move over to the fast-paced world of digital assets. Cryptocurrencies were definitely making waves in today's news cycle. Of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum were central to the conversation as always, but a huge amount of attention was suddenly directed toward Dogecoin. Why? Well, reports started circulating today about the potential landscape for Dogecoin exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. This narrative is fascinating because it also touches on the intersection of politics and exchange regulations, which could be a game changer. The broader crypto market continues to evolve at a breakneck pace, with ongoing developments around institutional access and the creation of clear regulatory frameworks as we finally close out 2025. Shifting gears to the energy and industrial sectors, we had some very specific and exciting updates regarding the future of nuclear power. Small modular reactors, or SMRs, were in the spotlight today. Companies like Oklo were mentioned specifically, highlighting the innovation happening in this space. The entire energy sector remains laser-focused on how these next-generation nuclear capabilities can be scaled effectively and safely to meet our ever-growing modern power demands. This is a story about innovation meeting necessity, and it's one we'll be following closely. In related infrastructure news, headlines emerged regarding major transportation logistics projects down in Mexico. The reports centered on new train systems and the strengthening of supply chain networks. This highlights the ongoing developments in cross-border transportation and the critical importance of building more resilient infrastructure. As global trade becomes more complex, these kinds of projects are absolutely essential for smooth and efficient operations, impacting economies on both sides of the border. And finally, let's look at some corporate and sector-specific updates that moved the market today. The banking industry saw significant coverage, with a focus on tariffs and executive leadership. We heard CEO commentary regarding institutional resilience in the face of economic headwinds and how new trade policies are impacting their bottom line. It's clear that navigating global trade is a top priority for our financial leaders right now. In the consumer space, the dominant narrative continues to be the unstoppable rise of artificial intelligence. From the travel sector to general retail, companies are reporting on just how deeply AI integration is impacting their revenue and earnings growth. It's no longer a future concept, it's a present-day profit driver. Among the specific stocks drawing attention in today's market analysis was the entertainment giant Disney, which had its own set of headlines that analysts were busy dissecting. That officially wraps up your financial market update for Monday, December 29th, 2025. We will continue to monitor all of these developing stories and more throughout this final week of trading. Thank you so much for watching Financial Booklet. If you found this report helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss our latest updates. I'm your host, signing off. Have a great evening.